Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's online match of Comedy Sports Cincinnati. We are so excited to have all of you at this free event. If you'd like to help us cover ongoing expenses by leaving a tip for Comedy Sports and our producers, OTR Improv, you can do that via PayPal, online, or on the app. Our handle is hello@otrimprov.com, or you can copy and paste the link in the chat. Now, please welcome to the screen tonight's referee. He won the award for Best Hairstyle. It's Dave Biff Bam Powell.
Hello, hello, hello! Well, loyal fans, and welcome to your home for virtual comedy, ComedySportz. Whether you are tuning in for the first time or you're a veteran of our live matches, you now are loyal fans. We are excited to be bringing you the same great Comedy Sports match you know and love, but now from our living rooms. Just as in any sporting event, there are teams, there is one handsome ref, and there are points, and there are fouls. Since we are virtual, we are adding a foul to our usual two. The first foul is the brown bag foul. The brown bag foul occurs when anyone on the field or on the chat says anything lewd, crude, racist, sexist, phobic, or yikes, too soon. If a player commits this foul, they will have to wear their own brown bag that they have ready at their home, and their team loses 1 point. If anyone on the chat commits the foul, they will be removed from the chat for the rest of the match. The second foul enforced tonight is the groaner foul. A groaner foul occurs when someone says something so punny, so inane, so dad jokey, it causes you to actually type the word G-R-O-A-N, groan, into the chat. Announcer Eric, do you have an example of a groaner foul?
I certainly do, Ref Dave. Why are elevator jokes the best kind of jokes to tell?
I know this one, but what is it?
Because they work on many levels.
Oh, even when you know the punchline, it still punches you in the gut. If you ever feel that, the offending player's team will lose 1 point. Thank you for that, announcer Eric. The third foul, newly added for the information age, is the TKO, or technical knockout foul. If a player forgets to unmute or turn their screen on when they're supposed to, they will be pulled from the rest of that game. A second infraction from the same player will result in ejection from the match, and they will be replaced by a player on the bench. Now, back to announcer Eric to introduce tonight's players.
Thank you, Ref Dave. First up is the Northern Kentucky Grass in blue. She won most likely to catnap her senior year. It's Molly, let me ask you, McCusion. Once voted best Scottish brogue in a Southern dialect play, it's Tom, crazy as the day is long. And your captain for the blue team. He can laugh without his hands ever leaving his body. It's Jonathan, four-toed Salamanderbeck. Now, ladies and gentlemen, show some love for the Cincinnati Big Machine in red. He's the musician behind your favorite hold music. It's Duck Duck a Goose Sanchez. She took the R train to get to Sesame Street. It's Tatiana, kneel before your Godfrey. And captain for the red team. She only likes her olives stuffed with love. It's Amanda. She works hard for the money hand. Now, please welcome back to the screen, Ref Dave.
All right. We've said a lot. Now let's virtually cheer and kick our feet from our respective homes every time I say captains to the screen. 1, 2, 3. Captains to the screen!
Yay!
All right. Captain Jonathan, Captain Amanda, please shake hands. Thank you for that very much. All right, we are going to decide who gets to choose our first game. The challenge is this. The world suffered when this handsome devil had to start wearing spectacles when he was younger. The one that guesses closest to my actual age will get to choose the first game. Jonathan, when did I have to start wearing glasses?
8 years old.
When I was 8. I was a handsome devil when I was 8. Amanda, how old was I?
I was going to say 8, but I'm going to go with 12.
Oh, I was 13. So Amanda gets the win on that one. But Jonathan, thank you for thinking so highly of young Dave. All right. Captain Amanda, what is the first game you would like to play?
I think you've inspired me to play Fast Facts.
Excellent. All right. Get your teams ready while I talk to the people at home about Fast Facts. For the game of Fast Facts, we're going to need a number of suggestions. So for all of our fans, start typing into the chat your suggestions. For example, something you recently looked up on Wikipedia, or a word you heard someone use incorrectly, or just a subject you would like to learn more about. I want to learn more about power washers. While our fans are doing that, let's get one player from each team on the screen. Who do we got coming to the screen? Who do we got? All right, I see Goose. And I see coming from the blue team, who's it going to be? I believe it should be Molly. She's flirting with the TKO. I'm starting to want to type it right now. Oh, my gosh. So close, so close. All right, you're on thin ice, Molly. All right, now I'm going to be giving these players a topic. And Molly, you're going to tell us a fast fact about that topic, and then Augusti will follow up with another fact. Play will keep going back and forth until one of the players of the team has been eliminated. Now, I'm imagining you're furiously typing into the chat, what was Molly doing? But we're not worried about that. You're wondering, how can they be eliminated? They can be eliminated if they say something that contradicts the fact already established, something that I believe to be false or hesitates. The last team with the player on the screen gets 5 points for the round. Helping us keep track of suggestions tonight, I'm glad to have the help of Field Ref Phineas Clark. Field Ref Phineas, give me a suggestion from the chat, please.
Happy to. Let's start off with a suggestion from Lisa. That suggestion is self-portraits.
Self-portraits, excellent. Players in a game of Fast Facts, are you ready? All right, the suggestion is self-portraits. Molly, we'll start with you. Begin.
There's a famous self-portrait of Vincent van Gogh where he has a bandage over his ear that he cut off.
Self-portraits were very popular back in the 17th century.
There's this really cool self-portrait of a guy with like this mirror ball thing where you like can see him in the mirror ball thing, and it looks cool.
I'm sorry, that guy is MC Escher, and I demand a certain amount of art history knowledge for my Fast Facts. Molly, you are out of there. All right, that will probably be bringing Tom to the screen. While Tom is coming to the screen, Field Ref Phineas, what is our next suggestion?
Our next suggestion is the Battle of Yorktown.
The Battle of Yorktown. I know nothing about it. I guess we'll start with you. Begin.
It is well known that a lot of people died in the Battle of Yorktown.
The Battle of Yorktown was the last battle of the Revolutionary War.
There was a general on each side of the side in the Battle of Yorktown.
The Battle of Yorktown was not fought in York or a town.
I'm sorry. Just like I demand names, those two generals were Washington and Cornwallis. I was sandbagging you. I know a lot about Yorktown. You are out of there. All right. right, that will be bringing Tatiana to the screen. Field Ref Phineas, what is their next suggestion?
Our next suggestion comes from Kepke, and it is helium balloons.
Helium balloons. 8-year-old Dave knew a lot about them. Tom, we're starting with you. Begin.
Helium balloons deflate because the helium molecule is smaller even than hydrogen.
Helium is a noble gas.
If you suck on a helium balloon, your voice gets very high.
A fact is that I love, there's like a clip of some sort of talk show host and Alan Rickman doing like helium from a balloon and then speaking, and it's one of the most endearing things I've ever seen.
The first person to reach outer space did it on a lawn chair raised in the air by helium balloons.
Helium balloons can be purchased for 5 cents a piece by a fella I know. I can get you a good deal.
Helium balloons are not made out of rubber, but are made out of a latex extract from banana peels.
Helium balloon.
Tom. I'm sorry, Tom. I just waited one round to eliminate you. The first person in space did not ride a lawn chair, but I appreciate your gumption. All right. That means we should have Jonathan to the screen. While we're doing that, Field Ref Phineas, what's our next suggestion?
Our next suggestion is the oldest church in Cincinnati.
The oldest church in Cincinnati. Toddy, we'll start with you. Begin.
The oldest church in Cincinnati is Lee Church. He's 107 years old.
The oldest church in Cincinnati is the same size on the outside that it is on the inside.
The oldest churches in Cincinnati is on the border of Avondale and like Clifton, North Avondale and Clifton area. Chicken's good.
The oldest church in Cincinnati was built by Reverend Samuel Taylor. He was born there. He built it with his own hands.
The oldest church in Cincinnati has been renovated into a bar.
The oldest church in Cincinnati.
I'm sorry. Toddy's eliminated. Just like with Tom, I waited one round. We know that Lee Church actually does live on the banks in Cincinnati. He moved from Avondale. So, Toddy, you are eliminated. All right, that means Captain Amanda's coming to the screen. Field Ref Phineas, what is the suggestion for this final round in the big 5 points?
Well, coming from Aisel, we have the suggestion of pumpkin carving.
Pumpkin carving, one of my favorite holiday activities. All right, we'll start with you. Begin.
Pumpkin carving is best done from the outside of the pumpkin.
Oh, pumpkin carving originated. I don't know. Pumpkin carving originated in the small little town.
I'm sorry,
Sleepy Hollow.
Amanda. That was one of the biggest hesitations I've ever
I was
seen.
waiting for you.
I'm not playing the game. It's just an amazing upset. The blue team wins. Time for Fast Facts. 5 points are going to the blue team. All right. That was the first step. Announcer Eric, I got so excited. I almost didn't go to you. Announcer Eric, what does our bringer score to?
Well, Ref Dave, after the first round, our score is Northern Kentucky Bluegrass 5, Cincinnati Big Machine 0.
All right. Now let's bring her back to the screen, please. Captain Amanda to the screen, please. Go crazy, go nuts. Excellent. I'm just going to ask you really quickly, what was that fast fact you had for pumpkin carving?
I was going to say that pumpkin carving originated in a quaint little
All right,
town.
we're not playing the game anymore. I'm not interested. All right. Yeah, the ref's a jerk tonight. All right. What game would you like to play?
I would like to play Good, Bad, or Worse.
Excellent. Great. Go get your team ready. For this game, loyal fans, we're going to need some problems for our panel to solve. Type into the chat area where you need some advice. Maybe it's something like you need to know how to do something better, or like writing perfect, writing the like perfect thank you note, or where to find a lost necklace. Maybe something as grand as like what's the meaning of life, or something very practical like how do I get a good like percentage on a mortgage rate right now. While you're doing that, I really want to know the mortgage one, actually. I am thrilled to inform you that we have a panel of 3 experts who are eager to help you with all of your needs. Please welcome them to the screen now. Let's see this amazing panel. All right, excellent. We will start with panelist number 1 right there, Silent Striker 9684. Could you tell us something about yourself?
Yeah, I got the best ranking in this game right here. I've been playing this game for 3 hours, man, and no one's stopping me.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Excellent. All right, panelist number 2, could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Tatiana Godfrey, she, her, hers. I am a 3rd-year dramaturgy candidate, MFA candidate in dramaturgy at the University of Massachusetts, and I'm also a member of ComedySportz Cincinnati.
Thank you so much for being here. And then finally, panelist number 3, could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Brenda, and I am famous for having written the very first inspirational meme.
The very first inspirational name. That's amazing.
Oh, meme on the internet.
Meme. I don't understand the internet. Well, thank you, Brenda, very much for being here. All right, Field Ref Phineas, what is possibly that first question that someone has for our panel?
Well, getting us started, we've got kind of a doozy. What is the meaning of life?
Oh, whoa. I'm wondering about this. Silent Striker 9684, what's the meaning of life?
Well, according to Camus, which is, if you read the Myth of Sisyphus, there really isn't a meaning to life. You gotta fulfill your own thing. You gotta create meaning for your life. Mom, where's my water?
Excellent. Thank you, Silent Striker. All right, Toddy, or would you prefer me to say Miss Godfrey? Which would you prefer?
My friends call me Tati. You can call me Tati.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that means we're friends. Yay. What's the meaning of life?
That's a great question. And I think if we're going to answer it, we want to look at it from a framework, a post-Edwardian framework. And when I say post-Edwardian, I mean post-Edward Said, who is the writer of the book Orientalism and discusses the term Orientalism. So I think if we're going to answer this question, we have to look at it from an Orientalist framework. And then we can ask ourselves the question, is meaning derived from colonization?
From colonization. Excellent. I just transcribed that whole answer. Thank you. You even got the big words right. Panelist Brenda, what is the meaning of life?
I'm going to take what Tati said and run with it and quote the Buddha and say that the meaning of life is suffering. But I like to also look at it with like a dash of denial topped off with some optimism.
Anytime I get a device that sounds like an ice cream recipe, sounds great. All right. Field Ref Phineas, what is our next question?
Our next question is another pressing one. Where do these squirrels keep coming from?
Where do these squirrels keep coming from? All right. Silent Striker 9684, where do squirrels keep coming from?
No ice? Well, squirrels, like any other rodent, they come from well, city squirrels. They live up in the trees, so that's basically it. They live up in the trees. There really isn't any place they really come from. That's all there is about squirrels.
You're very articulate. Thank you very much, Silent Striker. Excellent. My new friend Toddy, where do squirrels come from?
You see those squirrels too, yeah? That's
Yep.
crazy. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. I don't like them. Get them gone. That's not good. That's not good. Them crawling around. There was a girl who caught the plague because a squirrel had a tick that had the plague, and she was like, "Oh, it's a squirrel," and then she caught the plague. So
Stay away from them squirrels. They got plague squirrels. Excellent. All right. Brenda, hit us with that squirrel knowledge.
Well, it's kind of one of those things like, who am I to say where every squirrel comes from? I mean, that's not really realistic, right? But I will say this. Squirrels love nuts. So I bet if you have a lot of squirrels running around your yard, it's because you're nuts.
This is true. I haven't seen a single squirrel around my house, and I'm perfectly sane. Excellent. All right. Field Ref Phineas, what is our next question?
Our next question is, when is the best time to plant begonias?
When is the best time to plant begonias? Thank you for that. Silent Striker, we're going to start with you. When's the best time to plant begonias?
Mom, I told you extra butter. Begonias. I believe those are fall flowers. So probably towards August, towards the end of August, you should be planting them, and you should get them blossoming by late September. I think that would work.
That is the best advice I've ever heard. Thank you, Silent Striker. My friend Toddy, when should you plant begonias?
I'm not even sure what I'm doing with my life anymore. I mean, who is Tatiana Godfrey?
God, who is? Oh, Toddy, here's a hug to you through the screen. Here's a hug through the screen. Toddy, I know you're suffering a breakdown right now, but I really need that answer about begonias, though.
Is a begonia?
All right, moving right along. I can tell I can't get back through to her. Brenda, when is the best time to plant begonias?
First, I feel like I need to correct something here. It's pronounced baloney. I guess planting is another word for putting on bread. But I like to do it around lunchtime.
All right, so plant bologna around lunchtime. And that's time, everyone. Give a round of applause at home for the red team. All right, fans. And Toddy, I hope you get that hug at home. Keep that game tucked away in your heads while I call Captain Jonathan to the screen, please. All right. Captain Jonathan, you got the lead right now. What are you going to play to keep that lead?
ABC scene.
Excellent. That is a great choice. All right. For the game of ABC scene, what we want to see in the chat window is something that the repairman might fix. While you're typing that, for this game, two of the blue players will take the screen and begin a scene. And then each respective line in that scene must start with the next letter of the alphabet. If one of the players messes up, that third player will then take over that role. So let's get started. Field Ref Phineas, What is going to be the suggestion for this scene?
The suggestion for this scene is flat tire.
Flat tire. Excellent. A flat tire. And Phineas, if you could click randomly in the chat screen and tell us what letter you land on really quickly.
The letter I landed on is U.
U. Excellent. We're going to start with the letter U. All right. Blue team, in your game of A, B, C, and your suggestion of flat tire, starting with the letter U. Are you ready? All right. Begin.
Unbelievable.
Very, very, very unbelievable.
Why does this always happen on vacation?
I don't know, Dolores. Oh.
I believe it's the letter I and not the letter X. Jonathan, you're in there to replace Tom.
Dolores, sometimes I don't.
Started with the letter D. We're looking for the letter X, gentlemen. Think Wakanda forever. Tom, you're back to your original character. Keep going.
Are we going back to W?
X, X, X.
Why does this always happen on vacation?
Xenia's just another exit down the road, hon. Hitchhike there and get a new tire.
You know I know where Xenia is. We are not going back there.
Zip it, honey.
Alex never treated me like this.
Friends of your old are not something I want to hear about.
Can we just stop our bickering?
Darling, you know I'd like to.
Every time we try and go on vacation and our tires burst, all I want to do is go home and snuggle.
Frankly, I think that would be a better vacation than this one.
Oh, I love you.
Hold me, darling. Put your arms around me and hold me.
Give me some sugar.
Sorry, I don't think that started with the letter I. I heard here's some sugar, and here it already said hold me, darling. Jonathan, you're taking over for Molly with the letter I.
I love you. You're so much more handsome than Alex. I'm glad we left him in Xenia.
Just plant a big one right there, dear.
Kicking off some dirt to get you a begonia. Oh, a kiss.
Love is so much sweeter with somebody you've been married to for over 25 years.
Mighty strange you got that tire slashing knife in your left hand there, honey.
Now, you weren't supposed to notice that.
Oh, we've got a problem, honey. I'm wondering what happened to the lawnmower now, too.
Problem? I don't think there's any problem with me wanting to spend time with you.
Quack, quack, said the duck, but nobody believed him, and I don't.
Really? Really? Quack, quack went the duck? That's your comeback?
Sippity soppity went the rabbit. I don't care what kind of comeback you want. It's compliment I need, not destruction of property. You want us to stay in Xenia.
This is sad. Here we go again arguing when I thought we were starting to get along.
See! Excellent! Give the blue team a round of applause. All right, fans, it's time for you to vote on who gets 5 points this round. As a reminder, you saw the blue team play ABC, and you saw the red team play Good, Bad, not Bass. That's a whole nother show. Good, Bad, Worst Advice. You've got 30 seconds to vote either blue or red. While you were voting, just a reminder that we are excited to have all of you at this free event. If you would like to help us cover ongoing costs and expenses by leaving a tip for Comedy Sports and our producers, OTR Improv, you can do that via PayPal, online, or on the app. Our handle is hello@otrimprov.com, or you can copy and paste the link in the chats. That's it for voting. Announcer Eric, who won that round, and what does that bring our score to?
Well, Ref Dave, it was a close one, but after the dust settled, it was 5 points for the blue team, which leaves our score at 10 for the Northern Kentucky Grass and 0 for the Cincinnati Big Machine. Back to you, Ref Dave.
Thanks, Eric. All right, the blue team has got a big lead, but I don't think it's insurmountable. I think the red team can come back. All right, now it's time for the Rest Challenge round, and I want to challenge these folks to the game of Google Translate. For the game of Google Translate, we are going to send one player from each team out of the room. So, Tom and Amanda, Kirk in the control room will be sending you away. All right, and when they are gone, we'll get a suggestion for the scene. Type into the chat the name of a candle fragrance like Sugar Cookie or Ocean Fantasy or something like, but like none of those things because we can't have them know anything of what we're doing. While you're doing that, I'll let you know that you're about to see one player from each team will be doing a 1-minute setup scene based on your suggestion, followed by 2 other players that will replay the scene, but I'll explain more of that as we go. So let's get Jonathan and Tati onto the screen. And while that's happening, Field Ref Phineas, what is the suggestion for the first scene?
The suggestion for the first scene is glowing gaslight.
Glowing gaslight. All right, players, in your 1-minute setup scene, are you ready? Begin!
Hello? Hello? It's cold out here. Oh my God. What? It's the Egyptian Phantom. I never thought I'd see him at this crossroads. I gotta get out of here. Please, don't hurt me.
I am reborn in this time of solitude.
I've got the Eye of Horus. Take that, you phantom.
You give it to me?
Sure.
The Eye of Horus shall bless you and all this realm.
Oh, thank you. Well,
That's time! Time! All right, we'll end the scene on the thank you and the player running up to the screen. All right, now let's get Tom and Amanda back in the room while I call Agusa Molly onto the screen. Now, Agusa Molly will be replaying the same scene that we just saw, but they will be replaying it in all gibberish. All right, here we go. Gibberish scene, begin!
Pavo Shepeta Trova Chama. Truba Mama? Trova Tumanda Ramba, Sumba, Ramba, Ramba, Graba, Simba, come on.
That's time. Excellent. It was like we just saw it on repeat. Excellent. All right. Now let's get Tom and Amanda on screen. And the scene that they just saw, we are now going to see your English-based version of that gibberish scene translated back into English. So we saw it in English. We saw it translated to gibberish. Now we're going to see it translated back into English. Ready, set, begin.
Oh dear. Something really smells bad around here. Wonder what it could be. Oh, it's the giant dapping skunk.
It's I.
Oh,
I, the skunk.
here,
What do you want of me? You called me. I'm here.
here. Have this bar of Life Boy and wash yourself.
I like this washing. You know what? I'm gonna wash everything. I'm gonna wash this wall. I'm gonna wash.
I don't think it's really working very well. I
think it's it. Hey, I sprayed you. I think you need to wash yourself.
That's time. Oh, that warmed my heart. All right. Fans, you now have the tough job of deciding, did you enjoy the red or the blue players more in those scenes? It's time for you to vote who gets the 5 points for this round. While you're doing that, let's check in to find out what else ComedySportz Cincinnati can do for you. Folks, be sure to reach out to us if there's something we can put together for you. Announcer Eric, who won that vote? And what does that bring our score to?
Oh, sorry. I shared the wrong screen.
Oh, yeah! I love that screen. Next we go, Muppet.
In a not so surprising upset, the Cincinnati Big Machine managed to pull 5 points out of that round, which makes our scores Northern Kentucky Bluegrass 10, Cincinnati Big Machine closing the gap with 5. Back to you.
All right. That's
Ref Dave.
Thank you very much. Sorry I cut you off, announcer Eric. I love you too, buddy. All right. Loyal fans, that brings us to our last round of the night. So let's get all the players back on the screen for letters from camp. All right, for suggestions, what we're going to need is if our loyal fans would think about animals or occupations of an aunt or an uncle or a hobby or a skill you would like to learn, the players will then write letters home to their parents from that stay away camp. All right, field ref Phineas, what camp are we going to first?
To start, we have from Kimmy, Lucky Charms Taste Tester Camp.
Lucky Charms Taste Tester Camp. I want to hear that full thing, players. All right, here we go. Ready, set, begin. All right, who's got one? Jonathan.
Dear Mom and Dad, thanks for sending me to Lucky Charms Taste Tester Camp. It turns out we were in the middle of a really scary movie when we were attacked by a serial killer.
Ooh, nice, nice, nice. Amanda.
Dear Mom and Dad, thanks for sending me to Lucky Charms Taste Tester Camp. I don't know if I'll ever be able to trust you again. It turns out leprechauns are real, Mom and Dad.
Nice, nice, nice. Molly.
Dear Mom and Dad, thanks for sending me to Lucky Charms Taste Tester Camp. The camp counselors they all seem to have this strange disease from biblical times. And you know what? I think that you paid too much for this camp. It's all just a big leprechaun.
Oh my gosh, that might be one of my favorite setups of all time. Toddy.
Dear Dad and Pedro, I'm dictating this letter to you so you can hear my sweet Irish brogue.
Excellent, excellent. All right, let's move on to our next camp. Field Ref Phineas, what is our next camp?
Next, from Christine, we have Garbage Collector Camp.
Garbage Collector Camp. Excellent. Garbage Collector Camp. All right. Tom, I see you waving a blue object.
Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for sending me to Garbage Collector Camp, but you should know this place is a dump.
Nice, nice. Excellent. Toddy.
Dear Dad and Pedro, thank you for sending me to Garbage Collector Camp. My camp counselor is Danny DeVito. He takes out all our trash.
Nice, nice, nice. All right, Molly.
Dear Mom and Dad, please don't send me back to Garbage Collector Camp. It stinks.
Oh, that is true. It does stink. Goose.
Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for sending me to Garbage Collector Camp. I'm sorry, but I'm really trashed.
Oh, I'm sorry, but that flirts with a brown bag, sir. Goose, you are playing the rest of the game with a brown bag over your head. All right, all right. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. All right, moving right along, Jonathan.
Oh, dear Mom and Dad, thanks for sending me and Tati to trash collector camp, but I couldn't get my little brother his pants off because I couldn't find the rump key.
Actually, I heard someone from the chat go, oh, Jonathan, in an unprecedented move. That's another brown bag foul. Let's put a brown bag on Jonathan as well. All right, while he's looking for a brown bag or a towel, Phineas, what is our next suggestion?
Next, from our loyal fan David, who's watching via YouTube, we have Mortician Camp.
Mortician Camp. Mortician Camp. All right, all right. Toddy, I see your hand up. Hit it.
Dear Dad and Pedro, thank you for sending me to Mortician Camp. It's a dead good time.
Oh, it is, it is. I'm also mad with power. Toddy, it's a brown bag foul. Pull up on a brown bag. Ollie, you're up.
Dear Mom and Dad, thanks for sending me to Mortician Camp. It's so much fun here. All the other campers are just leaving me in stitches.
Oh, good one. Oh, that's a brown bag too. Put a brown bag on. All right, Amanda.
Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for sending me to Thank you for sending me to Mortician Camp. I think I might have caught something from somebody.
I'm sorry, man. I'm not even gonna let you finish your joke because you got a brown bag. All right, Tom, you got a joke?
Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for sending me to mortician camp. We made apple cider yesterday, and then we all casked it.
That's good. That's good. I'm gonna let that one slide. No, I'm not, Tom. That's a brown bag. And that's time, everybody. All right. While announcer Eric is tallying up that final score, we want to thank all of you for joining us tonight at our online match. We've had a great night, and we hope you have too. I really enjoyed giving everyone brown bag tonight. You can follow us all on ComedySportz Cincinnati and our producers, OTR Improv, on Facebook and Instagram. So please make sure to know all about all of our upcoming projects, including about when we will be resuming shows at Madcap Education Center and Brewhouse, respectively. We are also so excited to be bringing you to this free event. If you would like to help us cover ongoing costs and expenses by leaving a tip in our tip jar for ComedySportz and our, again, producers, OTR Improv, you can do that via PayPal, online, or on the app. Our handle is hello@otrimprov.com, or you can click the link in the chat. Before we get that final score, everyone can take off those brown bags. You are absolved of all wrongdoing. All right. Eric, have you tallied up that final score?
I have, Ref Dave. Going into the final round, the score was Cincinnati Big Machine 5, Northern Kentucky Grass 10. A bunch of points were scored, but then all these brown bags came along and took away 1-point penalties each. So that leaves our score somewhat lower than you'd expect it to be. But I will tell you that tonight's final score is Cincinnati Big Machine 6, Northern Kentucky Bluegrass 11. The Northern Kentucky Bluegrass wins the match tonight. I'll go get a brown bag.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank all of you for coming to ComedySportz tonight. And help us say goodnight now to the losing team. Say goodnight to Agus Sanchez, Tatiana Godfrey, and Amanda Monahan, your captain. For your winning team tonight, say goodnight to Molly McCustian, Tom Long, and Jonathan Durbeck. Your referee tonight has been Dave Powell. Kirk Kievert was in the control room. Your announcer was Eric Hahn. We want to thank Mary Pitts for helping us out. And don't forget to join and field ref Phineas Clark. Yeah, Phineas Clark. Great job, Phineas. We want to thank all of you for coming to ComedySportz tonight. And be sure and check out Facebook. Kevin Bauer does a daily pun challenge. Please contact us if you want to have us do something for you, because we would love to do that. Thank you so much for coming to ComedySportz, and see you next week.